Michael Packard, a lobster diver in Provincetown, Mass., found himself inside the mouth of a whale on Friday morning, then was spit out. It was sunny and clear on Friday morning and the water was calm off the coast of Provincetown, Mass., where Michael Packard was diving for lobsters. His longtime fishing partner, Josiah Mayo, was following him in their fishing vessel, the J&J, tracking him through the bubbles that rose from Mr. Packard's breathing gear to the surface of the water. The men had already caught 100 pounds of lobster, and Mr. Packard was about 40 feet underwater, looking for more. Suddenly, the bubbles stopped, Mr. Mayo said. Then, the water began to churn violently. A creature breached the surface and for an agonizing split second, Mr. Mayo thought it was a white shark. I immediately thought it was the shark encounter that we'd unfortunately been preparing for years, he said in an interview on Saturday. Then, he saw the fluke and the head of a whale. Moments later, he saw Mr. Packard fly out of the water. It tried to eat me, Mr. Packard sputtered, according to Mr. Mayo. The whale, a humpback, swam away as Mr. Mayo and another fisherman helped Mr. Packard back into the boat. Such terrifying encounters are virtually unheard of, according to Charles Mayo, Josiah Mayo's father and a senior scientist at the Center for Coastal Studies in Provincetown, a town of about 3,000 people on the tip of Cape Cod. There is an account of a woman who was pulled down by a pilot whale. There are reports of sperm whales that were harpooned and then attacked. And in 1896, the New York Times reported the implausible tale of a whaler who was found in the belly of a whale in October 1891 and rescued alive. I've never heard of that ever happening, Dr. Mayo said of Mr. Packard's ordeal. Still, the encounter is explainable, he said. The whale, possibly a 32 to 35-foot juvenile that had previously been seen swimming in the area, was most likely diving for food when it inadvertently caught Mr. Packard in its enormous mouth. Humpback whales spend much of their time in that part of New England, searching for an engulfing small schooling fish, said Duke Robbins, director of the Humpback Whale Studies program at the Center for Coastal Studies. They lunge fast, open their mouths and use baleen plates to filter the water out before swallowing the fish, Dr. Robbins said in a statement. When the whale realized it had caught something that was not its typical prey, in this case, an unsuspecting lobsterman, it responded the way a human who accidentally ingested a fly would, Dr. Mayo said. We certainly don't eat any more, he said. We spit the food out, and some of us would leave the restaurant. Accounts of Mr. Packard's ordeal captivated Twitter on Friday. That afternoon, Mr. Packard told reporters that he was on his second dive, going toward the bottom of sea when he felt "This truck hit me.